Hey there. I want to take this opportunity to thank you so very much for tuning in to these videos. I wrote a whole book about how my way doesn't work. So listening to me probably is not the best alternative in many situations. But as I'm growing and changing and learning to keep an open mind towards other people's perspectives, God has shown me so many things. And so I'm really sharing with you what I'm learning about myself and my life in hopes that it gives you some clues to your own life. That's it. I certainly don't think I know it all. Anyway, this week we're going to talk about expectations. And life is just loaded with expectations. We expect the lady at the grocery store to know what everything costs, to always be polite. We expect our children to obey us no matter what happens. We expect just the people at the drive-thru to be fast when they bring our food out, or whatever it is. It just goes on and on and on, the expectations we have of people. But what I think is important that we realize is that there are expectations that are extremely cruel. Expecting more than someone's best is cruel. All someone can give you is their very best. And if that's not good enough for you, then that's not good enough for you. But it doesn't mean that you have the right to expect more of them. I do think that we need to be the kind of people who share our thoughts and share our feelings. And if we're in a relationship with someone, hopefully they're the kind of person who listens to what we're saying and tries to adapt to meet our needs in that relationship. But, that doesn't always happen. And so I say to you this week to back off a little bit, to not expect everything from everybody else, to be careful, to be aware of what other people are going through. For example, the lady in the grocery store may not be cheerful and polite one day because maybe her child just committed suicide. I mean, you don't know what's going on in someone else's life. And so I think if we're able to place ourselves in the other person's shoes for a minute, it helps us not to have cruel expectations. Another example, my mother's birthday and Mother's Day happen to be in the same week. And so my mother's language of love is gift giving. And so she is the kind of person who, to show you that she loves you, she gives you things. I'm the kind of person who hugs you and kisses and talks to you and cares about what you're talking about, and that's my language of love. So instead of talking her head off on her birthday, I try to pick the very best gifts that I can find. I try to remind my brothers, remind my father, because I know that's her language of love, and I care about her enough to show love to her in the way that she receives it best. So let's take the time to get to know the people around us, to consider what they're going through, to not have cruel expectations of them, and to love them in the way that they receive love best. If we do that, our lives are a better place to live. See you next week.